You're gonna make another video, aren't you? The one that goes down.
It's hard to pull just one, huh? There you go. There they are. James, come get one for you.
Here, Jamesy.
So last year we planted 1,000 trees out here into the field that I'm walking toward. Planted 1,000 with some really close family and friends. These were seedlings that came from a nursery. They were about anywhere from, I don't know, 16, 18, 20 inches. So we put them in the ground, and 3 days later, we got a deep freeze, about 10 degrees. So they went from a nursery to the ground to a deep freeze, and they all died. So that was November. We're now near the end of March, and we got 1,000 Virginia pines from the Tennessee State Nursery. And we're on lockdown-ish, not quite yet, but we're kind of self-quarantining, and we found something to do. We got 1,000 of these trees delivered yesterday, so we're gonna see how many we can get through. We're gonna just like figure this out as we go. Whenever we planted in the fall, we had 3-inch pots. And so I had a 3-inch auger drill bit, so I was able to just drill a hole in the ground and then plop the seedling in the ground. And probably the whole pot sort of is gonna come out with it. Yeah, so we're gonna be experimenting on how are we gonna get these the ones that we have this year are bare root. They don't have the potted soil around them. And so we're gonna be figuring out how do we get these things in the ground. Right now you can see there's a hole left behind. Let me flip around here. So where these 3-inch pots were in the ground, there's a hole left behind. So I'm thinking we might be able to just stick the bare root right inside the hole, knock some of the soil off around. Kid's proud of how big that dead tree is that he's standing beside there. Gideon, you're handsome. All right, so then we're gonna see if we can get these put in the ground right here. So we're gonna come up with a system. I think there's 2 bags, 500 trees each in the bag. And so I think I'm just gonna take one bag, place it at the end of one of our rows, and then gradually just work our way through it. If I had a wagon, that'd be about perfect because we just wagon them here and there. So we may end up grabbing one of our wagons and just get after it. Last fall, we worked for about 3 hours with about a dozen, maybe 15 friends, and we got the whole field knocked out. So we're not gonna have anyone over right now. So we'll see how long it takes us to work through these. Good news is, even though everything's dead, the field is prepped. All the holes that I dug, the grid worked out perfect last time. So as long as we can find a method to get these in the ground fairly quickly and easily, I think the work's gonna go pretty quickly. All the holes are pre-drilled, they just have dead trees in them. So we're gonna get after it. Okay. All right. Thanks, James. James has our wagon coming up here, so that's happening. Yeah. Flashing man, I love you. All right, this is gonna be the first tree. We're gonna give it a shot. Hannah, come up here close enough that you can see the tree, please and thank you. All right, so step 1, unplug it, maybe. Unplug it. Yep. So we did have a little bit of root growth happening, but just no life, all dead. So I'm gonna take the plug of dirt like that. Never done bare roots before, but I understand the key point is to not J root them like this. We want the root to go straight down like that. So, let's see how we can do this. Can we do this? Might need to bring some new soil in, actually.
It looks dead.
I think we'll have to bring some new soil in. There's the first one. All right, off. So what we're finding is that whenever we pull these plugs out of the ground, the dead ones, they have just this plug of dirt that comes out. So there's a hole in the ground like so. And when we take the new ones, let me have this one, please. This bare root there's a lot of empty space when we put it in the ground, a lot of air space around it, and that is not good. So what that looks like when we put it in the ground, one, I got to be careful that we don't J-root these. J-root is whenever you jam it in the ground and the roots go up like that and make a J. That's bad. So we need them down in the ground like that, but that's difficult with this hole to get them put in the ground the right way because there's just not enough room. So I think what we're gonna do is go old school with the dibble bar. This is a dibble bar. I'm gonna have Hannah take a video so you can see how I use it. The way the dibble bar works is you put it in the ground, you wedge so that you have a little groove in the ground, and then I've got all these stringy roots. I need to like make sure they don't get J-rooted, so I've got my little shears here, and I'll shear off the roots I don't need. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. Jam this baby in the ground with the roots down, and then use the dibble bar to wedge the dirt back up and around it. No airspace is what's critical. Meaning no air around the roots. So we squish the dirt up and we have a Virginia pine in the ground. So we're gonna keep on experimenting a little bit, but I think that's the way we're gonna have to. We'll basically rip the old tree out of the ground, make sure that the hole is deep enough, get the roots snipped if there's stringy roots, put it in the ground, and then close the dirt up behind it. On we go. My body will not be the same for a couple of days, but we got almost 400 in the ground. So we are a little over a third of the way done. May get some more put in today. I might wait a week, I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right now. But it was a success. The dibble bar, although a chore to use, we were able to put in our fastest, like once we got our process down, we were almost able to get 2 in every minute. So it's still like a full day's worth of work to get the 1,000 in, but we made progress today.